So actually I noticed that this was also an attempt which was made when I was there in Trivandrum, when I was beginning to discover all this pilfered gold and silver. And they just wanted me to get off the place as early as possible. I find that the Intelligence Bureau's comments are simply unacceptable.
Mr. Subramaniam,
I need to add.
Okay.
No, one moment. Just one moment. I need to add, Arnab, that each one of us may have personal beliefs. My personal beliefs actually are not only theistic. I'm deeply interested in science and I read any number of books and any number of subjects. But when I am a lawyer, I'm completely secular, I'm logical, and I stick to the brief.
Mr. Subramaniam, as I said, as a caveat, when I put these questions to you...
I don't want... Sorry.
Okay.
I don't want the Intelligence Bureau tomorrow to be the judge of whether a lawyer is rational or spiritual.
Now, see, Mr. Subramaniam, I understand where you're coming from. I can see today that you are both disturbed, perturbed and hurt with what you feel is a campaign against you to scrounge out dirt. But I must ask you the questions. Mr. Subramaniam, I'd like to continue by asking you that in its report to the government, the CBI has also referred to a Neera Radia link. The tapes submitted by the CBI to the Supreme Court also reportedly include conversations pertaining to Neera Radia's alleged connections with the senior law officers. Mr. Gopal Subramaniam, did you know Neera Radia?
One, the Neera Radia tapes were handed over by me to the Supreme Court as Solicitor General. I am the one who insisted in investigations into what is contained in those tapes. The third is that Neera Radia had 3 children. One was abducted, and Uday Lalit, as a junior counsel, along with Neera Radia, came to me for professional advice in the year sometime in 2004. That's the only time I've met Neera Radia. After that, from the year 2005, that is 13th August 2005, to 13 July 2011, when I quit the office of Solicitor General, she had no access at all to me. She attempted, and nobody attempted for that matter of fact, to have any access to me in respect of any of my professional functions. On the question of the swimming pool, I want to tell you that I used to go to the Tal Katora swimming pool.
I just want to put this, I want to explain this. What Gopal Subramaniam is talking about now is that the CBI report to the Supreme Court about the tapes makes some reference to a quote-unquote complimentary membership arranged for the swimming pool at the 5-star Taj Mansingh Hotel. That's what he's speaking about now. Please continue, sir.
Yes, I want to tell you I went to the Tal Katora swimming pool for swimming. And it was closed due to the Commonwealth Games repairs. I used to work roughly 18 to 19 hours a day as Solicitor General, and I needed exercise. And therefore, I was wanting to look for a swimming pool nearby. I requested an additional Solicitor General colleague of mine, Mr. Parag Tripathi, to locate, if possible, a swimming pool nearby. After some time, I got a call from the management of the Taj Mansingh Hotel, who made no reference to Miss Radia or to anyone else, to suggest that I could apply for a membership. As a matter of fact, I never took membership. I have not used any facilities in that hotel.
Okay. Now, Mr. Subramaniam, let's cut the chase and come to the main point.
No, one moment, Arnab, one moment. Sorry, Arnab. This is reported by the CBI to the Supreme Court in a sealed cover. And yet, the CBI is today trying to say something to the contrary. Is very deeply disappointing.
Now let's cut the chase, Mr. Subramaniam, and come to the main point. Do you believe, Mr. Subramaniam, that your role as an amicus curiae in the Sohrabuddin Sheikh case and the legal scrutiny surrounding Amit Shah has something to do with all this?
Arunab, I have not had any direct evidence of any conversation with anybody in government to say that they hold my role as an amicus curiae against me. But I must tell you that some of the judges of the Supreme Court did ask me about the Sohrabuddin case. Now, I want to tell you about this case. It's only fair that the public must know the truth. I was sitting in court waiting for a case. The Supreme Court asked me to look into the petition of one Rubabuddin Sheikh, purely as an amicus curiae. I took a copy of the petition, and I actually found that there was a letter which had been written by Rubabuddin Sheikh to the then Chief Justice of India. I went to the archives of the Supreme Court, traced the letter, and also found the reply from the Director General of Police of Gujarat, which contained two attachments. Those two attachments indicated that this was a case of murder. Therefore, I wrote a report to the Supreme Court that prima facie it is a case of murder. Then, when I asked the Supreme Court to find out where is the wife of this man called Sohrabuddin, then the Gujarat government said that even that lady was killed and she was cremated. And you must know, Arnab, that it was I who first placed total faith in the investigative agencies of the state government. I requested the investigating agencies to conduct a fair investigation, and it was during this investigation an eyewitness came to be liquidated. At that stage, I requested the Supreme Court to transfer this investigation to the CBI. And let me tell you, I don't know who is Mr. Amit Shah at that time. His name surfaced in the course of the investigations made by the CBI. But even when dealing with Mr. Amit Shah, even when the question of his bail application came up, I told the court that please secure his liberty, but let him be outside the territories of the state of Gujarat so that the investigation can be completed. After which, the CBI proceeded to conduct the investigation. I also want you to know, Arnab, that during the entire period of my argument in the Supreme Court, I made no personal references to any individual.
No, my question is, do you feel, because there are reports which say that sources close to you link the new government's opposition to Gopal Subramaniam to his stint as friend of the court in the 2005 encounter killing of Sohrabuddin Sheikh in Gujarat?
This is what is believed.
Do you believe so?
But I have no... yes, if you were to ask me,
yes,
by a process of deduction,
yes,
having excluded all other false allegations, this is the only reason.
This is the
There's
only
no
reason.
other reason.
This is therefore this whole summary, our conversation over 25 minutes, in which you have listed out several things which have been put out against you, which you say amount to scrounging for dirt, in order to ensure that you are not made a judge in the Supreme Court, that the only reason could really be your position as a friend of the court in the 2005 encounter killing of Sohrabuddin Sheikh, and Amit Shah, who was State Home Minister at the time, faces legal scrutiny in this case. So you are saying it's clear political motives behind it?
I cannot think of any other motive.
Who do you think should explain?
Arunab, as a lawyer who has practiced for 34 years, I was not angling for a job. I was invited to take the office. If the government of India has any discomfiture about me, they either must express it candidly, or they must actually be open to persuasion that their apprehensions may not be correct. But it cannot be that you don't speak up, but you actually try to sully the reputation of an individual, put through things which already have been trashed, call the man spiritual instead of rational. And I think that this is completely hitting below the belt. And I want to say that I told the Chief Justice that I am not able to take this anymore. My family was in agony, and I decided that it is better that I withdraw, I go public, I make my position clear, because there was no one even from the judiciary to tell the government that this is hardly the way in which candidates for Supreme Court judgeship are ever meant to be discussed.
But with the greatest respect,
very strange, Aruna.
No, with the greatest respect to the office and the individual of the
yes.
Chief Justice of India, with the greatest respect to the Chief Justice of India, Mr. Subramaniam, if the Chief Justice of India did tell you on the 15th of May that your integrity check was clear, that you had been cleared by the IB report, the Chief Justice would not say so on the basis of some deductive surmise. The Chief Justice would only say so on the basis of some information available to him. Don't you believe, Mr. Subramaniam, that this real issue out here, which compromises, therefore raises issues about the independence of the judiciary, that everyone who was in the know, including perhaps, if I may say with the greatest respect, the Chief Justice of India, should be asking the questions on what happened?
I should think so. I should think so. And I'm surprised that a segregation took place out of a list of 4 names. 3 people are actually being appointed, and a 4th one is being dealt with indeterminately. And I'm not willing to take this behavior. I want to tell you, Arnab, that I don't need certificates of character either from an executive government or from any member of the judiciary. I think I have lived for far too long in the public domain as a lawyer, and I stick to the position that I have done nothing wrong. I don't need to offer daily explanations. But still, since it is a public office, it is important that I must begin with a sense of honor. If the executive government of the day expresses its trust deficit in whatever manner it wishes, and I'm not wanting anybody to like me, it is okay that the executive government may have reservations about me. But I will respect the reservations per se. But I do not agree that this kind of slandering match conducted through the media and with nobody from the judiciary to speak up for me, it should continue. And this is not the way you can deal with prospective candidates for judgeship to the Supreme Court.
Well, Mr. Subramaniam, just by way...
Sorry.
Yes.
If you are an independent... One moment. If you are an independent lawyer and you've taken positions all your life, you cannot be subjected to the tests of conformity, mediocrity, and, shall I say, falling in line. I don't think it's fair.
I just want to ask you one question at the end, Mr. Subramaniam. You kept quiet after the previous government treated you unfairly. You kept quiet. You did not speak up. You could have spoken then. You may not say so, but there are enough people in the know that even at that point of time, you had a feeling of being treated unfairly by a government you served. So why did you snap now? You didn't go public then. Why are you going public now?
At that time, Arunab, I was in a position having served as a Solicitor General. I had tendered advice to my client, which was the Government of India. I must tell you that notwithstanding the fact that I may have had differences in perception, values with the then government, but when they accepted my resignation, they placed on record my outstanding services as Solicitor General. But I must tell you that afterwards I did write a letter to the law minister, to the succeeding law minister, explaining the real reasons why, on principle, I demoted the office as a Solicitor General.
I get your point. Now, from your perspective,
yes,
it's an issue. Yes. No, please continue. Please complete.
I only wanted to say that the position of a judge requires public credibility and confidence. And I think even if willy-nilly notwithstanding unjustified attacks and behaviour, a dent is made on the image of that office, I owe it to myself and to the institution to actually step back, and I'm willing to surrender my 9 years as a judge and a Chief Justiceship.
Gopal Subramaniam, this
My
raises
life
questions
doesn't
about
begin-
the independence of the agencies, the position of the government, and why the judiciary has not backed you if the judiciary has known. Therefore, I believe that in this case, Mr. Subramaniam, the issues that have been raised go far beyond even you and are issues about institutions. We will look at where the story goes. Thank you very much for talking to me this afternoon. Thank you very much.